Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Claribel, and if you're just seeing this pretty face for the very first time, thank you for joining us today. Thank you for the new subscribers. I see you guys. I just want to say thank you for taking out time to subscribe to my channel. God bless you guys. I saw something on the internet yesterday and it was quite interesting. I thought to share it here today because I feel like it's something we can all learn and have conversations, about this, these issues. I try not to talk about relationship because I believe that, the relationships that are not working are less than the ones that are working. Relationship talks are very dicey. I try not to go so much into relationship. However, I'm very big on relationship, marriage, and family, and all of that. I'm very strong and family oriented. But I am very careful and mindful of what topics I talk about, especially when it comes to relationship and marriages, because I have come to find out that all marriages are different. I fear for marriages in the near future because I don't see the foundation of marriages really built on oneness and all of that. We hear about this news every day and it's quite scary. So it puts a lot of fears in the new generation, and I say that because I'm not worried about the near future and what people are really taking. I'm always very mindful these days that when I hear someone, there's always a danger to a one-sided story. So it's quite a sad story, but I also want us to take the lessons from the stories, okay? So the first one was about the story of this guy called Hakimi. I don't know what his name is, but I'm going to insert his name here. So before I divert, I wanted to make this topic very objective. So I'm not going to bias because it pertains to women. I understand why men were quite happy about what happened, how this guy is a footballer. He makes like about $1 million every week, so I heard. So he's a billionaire. He's actually really rich. And so his wife, he cheated on his wife, and the wife decided to file for a divorce, and they was demanding for half of his property. For her to get a shocker that her husband of this so many years, I don't know how long they've been married, but I don't think it's that long, has nothing in his name. Like the man that was making 1 million every week has nothing in his name. Every of his property, every of his assets was put in his mother's name. I'm always a big believer, no matter how much your husband is making, no matter how much he does make or has, you as a woman have to make some sort of money for yourself. You have no excuse just sitting at home and not making money. Thank God for technology today. People are making money from home. People are making some. So if you decide that you want to be at home and raise your children, make sure that you're doing something that make sure that you're earning money somehow, whether sitting from home. I'm a strong believer of that because there is nothing like your own money. There's nothing like you owning your life. Once you are financially dependent on someone, they decide how your life goes, literally. So I'm very big on that. But in this situation, I don't know what their situations may be, because now we're all speculating. We don't know what the story is. Make sure that whilst you're growing in your home, your husband is growing, make sure that you're also growing as a woman. It's really important because I've seen how women have given up so much in their life and lost everything at the end of the day. So don't you ever put yourself in such situation. So moving right along, they filed for a divorce, and this man decided, the woman found the shock of her life that her husband does not have anything to his name. I can imagine how shocked this woman would be. But then before we start beating this man, before we start putting this man down, there is always a danger to a one-sided story. I'm a woman and I feel the lady's pain, but I also want to see from another side. You don't know what he has seen. You don't know what the situation might have been for a man with these people have been married with kids to move everything to his mom. there must be something that must have triggered that action. You don't know if he has foreseen, or the woman's character is like a woman that just is looking for opportunity to end the relationship anyway so she can inherit all of the wealth. In fact, he was asking for half of his wealth. You don't know what the situation might be. So because I've seen a lot of men in the diaspora that have suffered these things. Women will come here, and the next minute, because they know that the society favors them, they would just, decide to destroy the man's life. You know what? You did this, I will not forgive. Usually things they will forgive if they were back home. They will forgive the man, they will move on and all of that. Because now they are in a woke country where it favors women. You see them for the littlest things. They are divorcing, they are breaking homes, they want to property, they want to put the man into child support and all of that. A lot of men have been broken. This is case by case issue. There are marriages like this where they trust one another, they put their funds together, they build empires together. There are marriages that are working, that are functional marriages. But there are marriages that you have to weigh your option, and this is not gender specific. Even there are women that would will everything to their children. They will tell you that it's better that my children have all my properties than my husband, because my husband will end up marrying someone and the woman will start inheriting my own property, something I suffered for. You see marriages that they never put money together. Everybody putting money on the side. It's still the same guiding your heart. Because human beings are shady. You are coming in with so much love and you're putting in, you don't know the mindset of the other person. As sad as it is, it's the reality of a lot of homes. But it hurts. My take is, don't go into marriage if you really have this mindset that this person is going to hurt me. And I don't think that people go into marriage and say, I want to divorce. Life circumstances changes. You view, even as women, you look at the kind of man you're married to and you're like, no, I can't invest with this man that doesn't have a sense of direction. This man that doesn't carry me along. He doesn't make me feel safe. He doesn't fight for me. I can't afford to. You weigh your options, because people are shady. So you don't know what the circumstances is. Men have suffered these things. Women have also suffered these things. Women will also bring men into this country, dedicate their lives, invest with them. And then you hear stories about men going to Nigeria, building with her. After so many years of the woman here building with them, they go to Nigeria and marry another wife. And that's the end of the story. They'll put the wife in the new house. So people are now guiding their hearts. Like, I love you, but let's put our money to, in separate ways. And so, so people, and that's why even with joint accounts, it's also, joint account doesn't even guarantee that cannot happen. Because the person can decide to say, I'm leaving. You guys are going to split it half and half. It's such a dangerous place, because people don't understand the foundation of what marriage really entails. Marriage is about bringing two people together, and we are building, we become one flesh. Because I always say this, if you can, be in a relationship, if you can sync with someone, make love to someone, be naked in front of someone, you share your life with someone, you eat the person's food, you entrust your life with this person. But your money? That's to tell you how money is so important to some people. So before we start, chastising the man, let's also look at it from that angle. And also another thing I wanted to say is, if you have a family that is already telling you that your wife is not your family, that is a wrong orientation already going into marriage. I saw some of the comments, and people were saying that your wife is really not your family. So when you're doing anything, your family is your mom, your sister, your brother, your family. And I was like, what kind of generation are we raising? There are wicked family that would literally tell their brother or their sister, because I don't want to believe that this is gender specific. There are marriages where once you get into that marriage, your mom is already telling you that, hey, guide your money, don't save your money, your husband is not your family, he's a stranger, we suffered for you. The same thing goes to men. Some men, families will tell their brother, this woman, be guideful, he's not your family, remember your family. That is a dysfunctional marriage already. Because the foundation is already built on is cracked. If you allow a family to tell you or dictate to you how to raise, how to leave your family, how to not give your husband money, how to do this one for you, then it's already dysfunctional. If you guys cannot trust yourself you can trust yourself with being naked in front of each other and trust your life with each other. But when it comes to money, you really cannot trust yourself. I don't blame people. At the end of the day, I really don't blame people that guide their heart, especially in this generation. We've seen things happen and occurred over and over again. I don't know what this family, I don't know what this man must have seen. Because these women, there are women out there that they are targeting the rich ones and they are not they are not into that marriage because they are really in love with this person. So maybe the man must have seen that, this is not coming right. Let me guide myself. The same happens to women. Women will say, no, this man, the way the family treats me, the way they see these things, the way they do me, no, I'm not going to work with this man. Let me guide myself. Because you also don't want to build an empire to allow someone just come, break it all overnight. So pattern, it just depends on each marriage, each relationship. But I'm a strong believer that if you're already coming into the marriage with this mindset, you are on your way to destruction. Until these things, people start seeing marriages as the way it should be, things like this will continue to happen. This is just one of the things that are happening because there are a lot of marriages going through this right now. I always say that you're a product of your environment, your background. There are families that believe that your wife is a stranger. There are men that sees their husbands, their family of a woman that sees their daughter's husband as a stranger. So their mindset is already built that this man is a stranger. This is my mom and my family. Let me tell you, if you want to have a healthy marriage, set boundaries. Your husband and your wife becomes priority over your family. It is given. The Bible said two shall come together as one. Any family that says otherwise is not looking for your own interests, but their own interests. So if you think your mom is telling you, that, hey, leave your wife, and you think it's because she loves you, no, it's for their own interests, not your own interests. Because if it's for your own interest, they will do everything to tell you, no, you don't do things like that. You carry your wife along, you carry your husband along. If your husband does this to you, how would you feel? You see families that will encourage their brothers to be hiding things from their wives. So all this is you as a person coming into that marriage. If you come with the mindset that my husband and I are one, if anybody dares to tell you, hide things from them, you will tell them, no, I don't do things. It doesn't apply in my marriage. It doesn't work for us like that. I can't afford to hide things from my husband. The same thing, you set that clear boundary, people will respect you guys. But a lot of times you see people that are babies in marriages. They are babies. You see them, they say carry their family, carry their children. You see some people who tell you that my mom comes first over my wife. You see some women will say, no, my parents come first. Everything that they do, the mom is in charge of their moms are in charge of the home. Their moms will direct the man what to do, how they live their lives, how they do this. What is matrimony? When you say, the Bible said you husband and wife will come together, you leave your parents and your mother and your father and you will cleave as one. If you're going to build a life with someone today in 2023, the most important question you should be asking that person, what does commitment means to you? Because a lot of people use this word commitment. I commit to you, but they don't understand what commitment is. Ask this question, what does commitment really mean to you? It's so important because I think we've lost it. When it comes to marriages, people have lost what marriages entails, and that's why you see things like this will continue to happen. People are coming, when you read the messages from men yesterday, you would see the mindset of some men. They are telling you that their moms comes first. No, your mom does not come first when it comes to marriage. Love your mom from afar. Your mom becomes secondary. My father, my mom becomes secondary over my husband. My husband comes first in my life. My children comes first in my life. And those are the most important persons in my life at this time. Once you set clear boundaries, a lot of people don't know how to set clear boundaries. There are certain things that my mom would never tell me. She dares not tell me things like that because she already know my stand in my marriage or how I see my marriage. My parents are already, family-oriented people. So they cannot even say anything that will go against your marriage. But there are marriages, there are families where they still want to be in control of their brother, of their sister. They'll tell you, oh, this is also, we suffered for you. We are the one that took you here. You're in your husband's house and you're building your own home. But you will not let your brother be. You will not let your sister be. Because you want to be in control of their marriages. It is sad. It is really sad. The orientation of marriages are clearly not the same. But we also have to be objective in this situation because you don't know what has happened, that must have occurred in the relationship. Because people might come with good intentions. People might come with good intentions that I really want to settle down. I really want to get married to this person. I want to be committed in this relationship. But in the long run, they'll start seeing attributes. They'll start seeing attributes of this person that is quite shaky and shady. And people will start changing their orientation, changing their ways. No, I gotta guide myself. Because the way this person is going, I don't think we are both aligned. We are going towards the same direction. I think our motives are different. So you see people who start guiding their hearts. I also don't blame people like that. And this is not gender specific. Even as women, it's harder for women because women, we love with all of our heart. But men are very strategic. They are very strategic. So whatever works for anyone, I really want to hear your thoughts in this, in the comment section. Why do you think that men do these things? Do you think that do you think people come into marriage with this mindset? Or do you think that in the long run in the relationship, people might start changing the way they do things because of how they perceive the other person? Or people already have this mindset? Because if you already have this mindset, you don't have any reason to be married in the first place. And I say that with all genuinity. Stay single and hold on to your money, hold on to what is valuable to you, hold on to your assets, but don't come into marriage with that kind of mindset. It will destroy your marriage eventually. And you don't want to go through the stress of going through marriage and at the end of the day it didn't work out. So save yourself the drama, give yourself the peace, and keep what matters to you, which is money. Because some people worship money. Money is all for them. They don't see what you bring to the table if you're not bringing money. They don't value what you bring to the house if you're not bringing money. So if money is really important to you in life, and all you do is whatever makes you happy is surrounded by money, then keep it. So don't stay away from marriage. But I'm talking about, why do you think people do these things? Because I wish the man can come out and say his own side of the story. Because I don't think that a reasonable man that has children and wife would just, move everything away from his name and put that in his mom's name. There must have been something. I want to believe that there must have been something that have happened. Or do you think he's one of those people that also have that orientation? Maybe he comes from a family where his mom must have told him, don't give your wife is not your family, do this here. I want to hear your thoughts, because I want people to understand that marriage is, if you go into marriage with this mindset, you're going into destructions, because it will not last. You're already building a dysfunctional foundation. Let me hear your thoughts in the comment section. I want us to have a conversation about this. Should we be worried about the next generation? Because I feel like they have a very wrong orientation about marriage. Marriage is beautiful, but it depends on how you laid your foundation. Marriage is about yourself and your husband. Your sisters, your brothers, your mom, everybody becomes secondary. And until you learn to set boundaries, you always have, problems in your marriage. So I've come to the end of my video today. I hope that you learned one or two things today. And if you like videos like this, let me hear your thoughts in the comment sections as well, because I would like to know how you guys see these things and what I also can learn from you guys. Until next time, I remain your one and only girl, Clarabelle. Like I always do at the end of my videos, you are loved, you're special, you are beautiful. Do not let anyone tell you otherwise. And I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye.